What is up, Cabbage Crew? It is Matt and John here talking about some news that broke recently. John, how about you tell us about the news?
Well, I'm starting off okay. Um, so
I don't know anything about it.
no, it just came out that the Avatar live action series on Netflix, um, they swapped showrunners for seasons 2 and 3. The original showrunner was well, the one who eventually led to be the showrunner. His name was Albert Kim, and Albert Kim replaced the original creators of the cartoon, Brian Konietzko and Michael DiMartino. So Kim was the interim showrunner for season 1 of the live action. But they are switching gears, and they are replacing Kim with the two co-executive producers on the show, Christine Boylan and Jabbar Raisani. And they're saying that they'll be the showrunners for the next 2 seasons at least. So there's a little hint of maybe there are more seasons to come. We don't know, but it'll be at least for two more seasons. Boylan and Raisani served as co-executive producer and writer, and Raisani was also a director of an episode or two. Um, Raisani actually was notably uh, known for directing the opening sequence of the entire series, where the Earthbender was getting chased throughout the Fire Nation territory, as well as the episode 3 Omashu and chapter 4 Into the Dark episode. Kim, who is, like I said, the interim showrunner for season 1, he'll remain on the show, but as an executive producer. Um, though it's been reported by the Hollywood Reporter that Kim is expected to sign a development deal with Disney Plus, which will include work on the Percy Jackson series. So who knows how much time he will actually spend on season 2 and 3. I'm sure his main, his focus is probably elsewhere at this point. But this is a changing of the guard again in the series, and this is the second time it's happened. Um, for me, it's for the worse, from going from the original creators to Kim, who was the intern for season 1, and now they're changing. They're changing tides again with the two co-executive producers that were already on the show. And I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong, but I read somewhere that either both or one of them were on Game of Thrones or were writers of Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
And so maybe they're just trying to take it into like a darker theme for seasons 2 and 3, and we'll see how it goes. But Matt, what do you think? Do you think this changes anything? Do you think because it's more of an internal change that not much will change, or do you think this will actually benefit the show or actually have it be worse off?
Well, I mean, I think we both agree that season one had a lot of issues when it came to writing and when it came to certain aspects of the season. So I think getting a new showrunner, for whatever reason it was, even though he left, it seemed like he left the project. Um, I feel like I feel like the weakness of the show was at the end of the day the showrunner stuff. Like that has to do. I would assume that some of the showrunner stuff has to do with a lot of the writing, and they might bring in a new writer as well. In terms like bringing in a new coach, he would bring in his own offensive and defensive coordinators. So it's
Right.
like, he a new showrunner. I'm assuming he's going to bring in a new writer as well. Um, uh, I think we talked about this before. I feel like the original showrunner did not understand the series of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I think him going to Disney is a very Disney move. Um, I'll just say that. Um, so I'm okay with that. Him being an executive producer, I feel like executive producer can be so many things. An executive producer can just be they want to attach his name to it still, and
Right.
he doesn't do anything. He gets a small paycheck. That's it. And they just want to keep his name on it so it looks good. It looks like he didn't abandon the project. Um, that might be, or he might come by twice a week. Who knows? But I mean, a lot of times the executive producer is just so they can tag a name on it, and they'll throw him a
Exactly.
small paycheck because they don't want to make it look like bad publicity. Publicity. So it's like, how can we still have his name attached? At the end, his name will pop up, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's the original guy." Um, so I don't know too much about the new guys. All I know is, you know they did the Amashu episode, which I think me and you agree that was one of the better episodes.
Yeah.
Now they also did Into the Dark, which was one of the worst episodes. So couldn't tell you exactly how to weigh in on that, but yeah, I mean, I hope they do take a darker approach. I think we can agree in the original series, season two, especially towards the second half of season two, and season three is a bit more heavy toned. I wouldn't say darker, but like heavier, heavier concepts, heavier themes, a little bit less lighthearted, um, a little more emotional. So bringing in someone new that might be able to handle that stuff um, might be better. So now as showrunner, you said there's also directors and stuff. So I guess every episode was directed by someone new.
Not everyone. Like some of sometimes it was like two of the same one in a row, or like maybe
Mm-hmm.
three. But like the director of the show, like directors of episodes, can be different for
Right.
the entirety of a show.
It's the showrunner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be interesting. I don't particularly think that he did a great job. So it's not like losing him wouldn't. I think the average person won't even realize he's gone.
I
I
mean,
mean,
right,
so I mean, us fans like for everything when it comes to movies, when it comes to shows, whatever. A lot of the times, like the inner circle. I wouldn't even say inner circle, but like the fans find these things out, and they get either they overreact or they talk about it or they say how they can change. But the average person has no idea.
right,
So you get a new director for X Marvel movie or whatever it might be. A lot of times, like the average person when it comes out had no idea that it switched directors three times. And it was
right.
a mess when it came to the pre-production stuff. And then it's like, oh well, they just watched the movie and they had fun with it, or they didn't have fun with it. So um, now, could getting a new producer push back the the timeline? Not producer, but showrunner push back the timeline, which is already kind of a crunched timeline. I feel like maybe like when's this series coming out? When's season two coming out? 2027. I mean, it was announced. They announced season one during COVID,
It's gonna
2020.
speed up. I think it's gonna. Personally, my guess would be late 2025. That'd be my guess. Like November
Maybe.
of 2025, something like that.
Okay. Well,
That'd be my,
I was gonna say I don't know if they would want to. I don't know if this has anything to do with each other. I don't know if there's like a contractual thing, but like the Avatar Studios is starting to put out stuff in late 2025, so they might want to avoid each other. Like, do you want to have the Avatar Studios putting out their Aang Gang movie, and then their Kyoshi or the series three right when this show comes out,
I say
season
fight it
two?
out. I say fight it out, have competition stick, see or have competition see which one wins out in the day. They're both going to draw fans everywhere, and see which one comes out on top. I think it was inevitable for it to happen because you can't put out a series every like 6 months and then like have it be over before Avatar Studios comes out. That's not how it works. So like
Yeah.
they were bound to meet somewhere.
Yeah.
Both shows, the Aang Gang show or movie will would have it's a show. Is that on the show?
I believe the Aang Gang is a movie.
Okay, the Aang Gang movie. Um, it was going to meet up with the Avatar live action at some point. It was just a matter of when.
Well, I guess my thing is putting them out at the same time, like having them within the same month of each other, which wouldn't be a huge deal. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's not even about fighting each other out because it's like if you're an Avatar fan, you're watching both.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, the Netflix series is most likely going to do better number wise simply because it's going to get the publicity. It's going to you know just the average
It's on
Joe's.
it's on Netflix. Like it's the biggest
Yeah,
subscription
yeah, and the average Joe
stream.
Schmo might not be like can't wait for this third Avatar series after Korra. Like that's more
Right.
of the diehard fans that really care, and less of the like the average Netflix watcher, I guess you could say, or like the average like
Mhm.
person that's sitting down watching it, and they're like, oh yeah, this is a show I watched with my with my kid or whatever it is, but it was a 6 episode, 8 episode series, and I'm gonna wait 3 seasons or 3 years to go watch the next one. So we're like, the anime is something that like it comes out every 10 years, and
Mhm.
you know, so interesting. Well, good riddance.
You can't get any
Good
worse.
riddance. I guess Percy Harvin is going to be trash. It's like,
Not
I'm
Percy
sure
Harvin. This isn't football. You mean Percy Jackson?
Percy Jackson. Gosh, I our friend's a big fan of that, but I'm not a big fan of that series. I've never seen it.
I've
I have
never
to be
seen it.
honest. I've never seen it. I've never really been interested in it. Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe we'll do a review on it one day.
I had a trivia question 2 weeks ago because of our friend's uh, love for the series. It was the final question, which are all the points, and it was name the first book in the series. Um, name four. It was the guy listed 4 book series,
Hmm.
and he was like, choose 3 out of the 4 and name the first book in each series. 1 was Harry Potter, 2 was Percy Jackson,
Hmm.
and 3 was Hunger Games, and 4 was the books for Game of Thrones, the Song of Fire and Ice.
Mm.
Um, I didn't know
I
that
don't know.
one. I didn't know that
I can
one.
only do Harry Potter and Hunger Games.
I knew I got Hunger Games and Harry Potter, and I was like, I think I know Percy Jackson because of our friend's mutual
Hmm.
uh admiration towards the series, and
Hmm.
ended up getting all 3 right, which is
Oh, I can tell you there was 3 books.
the Percy Jackson, the Lightning Thief is the
Mm.
first book in the series, and I was like, aha, I got it. Anyway,
I want to do
um,
a Avatar Last Airbender trivia with friends. Definitely.
what about friends and subscribers?
Yeah, maybe one day we'll do a trivia. We'll have our subscribers on there.
Hey, man, did you know that After Aang was
40, like well, we've gained some subscribers too, so
yeah.
I'm happy about that. We'll get some more hopefully. All right, guys. Well,
Spread the love.
spread the love. Subscribe to us. Try to get us to 50. Let's try to get to 50 by the end of April.
Keep watching our shorts because they
Keep
are
watching our
funny.
shorts. The shorts are doing well. Um,
They're
so
funny and serious and funny, serious, comedic. Oh wait, no, that's the same thing.
yeah, they're funny, and it's usually John being an idiot. All right. Well, I don't really know what to ask them a question. I guess we don't have to because this is a news story. But yeah, guys. I guess what do you think about the showrunner leaving? Good thing, bad thing? It's a good thing. And and definitely check us out. Podcast 8 a.m. on Wednesdays.
See you, Cabbage Crew. Thanks for tuning in.